Welcome back to the new box office breakdown show here on Max Talks Movies. Today, we're talking about the box office from this past weekend, which was August the 19th to the 21st, 2022, as well as we always do, break down the both domestic and worldwide box office charts. My name is Max Dimmer. Welcome back to Max Talks Movies, another episode of the box office breakdown show as we do every single Monday. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. I do movie reviews, TV show reviews, movie rankings, this show every single Monday. So please subscribe and ring that bell so notified when those videos drop. Comment down below. What did you see this past weekend? What are you going to see this upcoming weekend in theaters? What are your thoughts on the overall box office? And I guess the level that anime has gotten to here in the United States. And please like the video. That's a great way. It helps more people get recommended to this video. So if you're watching this video right now, don't go yet. Enjoy the review, but if you're going to go, please hit the like button. It's really a really nice courtesy to do that. So let's get into this box office breakdown show. First we'll break down this past weekend, which was August 19th to the 21st, 2022, which is the second to last weekend we have here in August. And in first place, we had two new movies come out. They're both in the top two, but Dragon Ball Superhero is in first place from Crunchyroll Studios. Another anime film dominating the box office. Dragon Ball Superhero gets $20.1 million in its opening weekend. It also had a lot of these IMAX screens, the IMAX screens, the 3D screens, and a lot of those type Dolby screens. It had those this past weekend, and it definitely went well. There's clearly a massive fan base out there for anime. I think a lot of people who are not in this space want to talk themselves out of it, that there isn't this much of a contingent, but the box office, especially with Dragon Ball, I think it was in 2020 and 21, each had movies at #1 at the box office. So this continues that trend. So clearly there's a marketplace, not just in obviously overseas, but here in the United States, that people want to see anime, and they want to see anime on the biggest screen possible. So a big win for Crunchyroll this weekend. On the complete opposite side, Beast, which was kind of the big American film that dropped this weekend, disappointed for Universal. It only makes $11.5 million in its opening weekend, $8.5 million off of the Dragon Ball movie. Really low numbers for this type of movie. I think Idris Elba still hasn't found that movie yet to be a lead-in that makes bank at the box office. The audience scores were not very good. It got a B cinema score, which is just really not good. And there isn't really great word of mouth for this movie. Universal has already announced, because of its kind of lackluster box office opening, it will be on Universal on a streaming service, not a streaming service, on PVOD to rent or buy in the next 17 days. They've done that with a lot of their films, that they go straight to PVOD after a couple weeks, sometimes months, depending on, it really all depends on how they do at the box office. And it does not seem like there is an audience out there for Beast. I have seen Beast. I've reviewed it on my channel on Friday. In third place in its third weekend is Bullet Train. Bullet Train comes in #3, $8 million, drops another 40%, and Bullet Train now is clinging to $69 million. Will probably not get to that $100 million mark, which I think was Sony was kind of banking on. And as I've talked about the past couple of weeks, Brad Pitt, without a major director or a major co-star, is not a bankable lead in a movie. I think a lot of people take that for granted just because of his stardom outside of movies, but bringing people to the theater, that has not been something Brad Pitt has been known to do over years. With his best movie, World War Z, which opened, I think, at $66 million. That's his best opening ever. This film fell well short of that with $30 million. Sony clearly thought they had the last big movie of the summer, with a lot of these people signed for solo movies outside of Bullet Train, and it did not make a big of a splash. It's not that well received, pretty divisive, both audience and critically. So not a big win for Sony as well. But #4 is very winnable, which is Top Gun Maverick. Coming in here at #4 this week. Top Gun Maverick, this was its last weekend in the box office, in theaters exclusively. Its 13th week, it gets another 5.9. It dropped 18%, 683 domestic for Top Gun Maverick. As I said, August 23rd, which is tomorrow, this film will be available to buy on PVOD. It's already number 4 on iTunes this past weekend without even just for pre-rental or pre-buying it. Pre-ordering it. I'm sorry, pre-ordering it. It's just already in the top 5 iTunes wise. So this could be the last week we see Top Gun Maverick in theaters, in the top 5 at the box office, even though there's really no competition really hitting theaters the next couple of really this next month. But I do think they could have waited a bit longer. I think it could have had a big weekend, Labor Day weekend, with really nothing coming out new-wise coming out that Labor Day weekend. So Top Gun Maverick at number 4. And wrapping up the top 5 from Warner Brothers Discovery is DC League of Super Pets. That comes in at number 5 this week in its 4th weekend. It gets another $5.6 million, so a couple thousand behind Top Gun Maverick, drops 19%. It's up to 67.3. So DC League of Super Pets, who I think really wanted to be on same level box office wise as an earlier animated film, The Bad Guys, a lot of comparisons to the way they opened, had a slightly same opening, but The Bad Guys got to all the way up to $98 million domestically. This film will not get to that point. So not the biggest, again, The Rock's first DC movie out of the gates didn't really go well. Remember, this movie was supposed to come out way later in the year, but it was pushed up due to Black Adam coming out in October. So not the biggest splash again for Warner Brothers. Really, other than Crunchyroll and Paramount, a lot of losers this weekend at the box office with not great numbers coming in this weekend. But looking at the domestic numbers, Top Gun Maverick is still the number 1 movie of the year, not shockingly. It's at 663 domestic. Just amazing stuff for Top Gun Maverick. As I said in my video last week, it seems like only Avatar 2 and Black Panther 2 have real shots of passing this number, but this could be the clear winner for the year. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, number 2 at 411 domestic. Jurassic World Dominion at 373 domestics. At number 3, The Batman is number 4 for 350. The Batman's at 369. Minions: The Rise of Gru, they're at 350 million. Thor: Love and Thunder, which is, as you can tell, was not on our top 5 list this past weekend. Thor: Love and Thunder's at 332. And then you got a big drop to 190 with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 at number 7. Uncharted's at number 8 with 148. Elvis at 144 at number 9. And Lightyear at number 10 at 118. Nope is pretty close to passing Lightyear. Needs another 5 million at 113. The Lost City is the other $100 million movie that is at 105. The Bad Guys, as I said, was at 96. So still 12 movies this year with over $100 million. As I said in my video last week, really 30 has been the number for 2019. So it still seems like we're far away from the actual norm. We'll see if Nope can get into the top 5. Nope has already, again, left our top 5 this past weekend at the box office. But maybe with nothing coming out, Nope just needs 5 million to knock Lightyear out of the top 10 box office. And when you're looking at the worldwide charts, Top Gun Maverick is still 1.4 billion by a long shot, but Jurassic World Dominion is up to 986.7 million. So it really needs 13 more million to get to $1 billion. As I said, probably not very likely, but what an effort from Jurassic World Dominion. They are putting that now on Peacock and PVOD with some extra scenes and behind the scenes things. Number 3 is Doctor Strange 2 at 952. Minions: The Rise of Gru does get into the top 4, passes the Batman, and gets to 835 worldwide. So that's a really good number for Minions. Not great compared to its last 2 films being billion-dollar movies, but still good numbers. The Batman, number 5, 767. Thor: Love and Thunder at 737. Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore is at 404. That's a number 8. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is at 401. For 404 as well, just $200,000 off of Fantastic Beasts. And Uncharted wraps up the top 10 with $401 million. So that is that was this past box office breakdown. We do have movies coming out this weekend, some limited, some major release. It's really like 3 movies for sure coming out this upcoming weekend. 2 really. You have the 3,000 Years of Longing, the new George Miller film, his first directorial film since he directed Mad Max Fury Road, starring Tilda Swinton and Idris Elba for the 2nd straight weeks. Critics seem not to be enjoying it, and this could be another bomb for Idris Elba in a leading role in 2 consecutive weeks. Not be a good look for him. And then The Invitation is also coming out in theaters this weekend. That's the horror film with Natalie Emmanuel from Game of Thrones. So those are the two new movies coming out this weekend, which is actually this upcoming weekend will be the last weekend in August. So next week, we're going to break down the upcoming box office. Does The Invitation or 3,000 Years of Longing make a splash at the box office? Or does Crunchyroll have another winner for its second consecutive week? And then also next week, we're going to preview the very limited box office or movies coming out in the month of September. Not a lot coming out, but I will be here to break it down. Upcoming videos here on the channel. You have a She-Hulk review of episode 2. There'll be a spoiler review that will be on Thursday. Friday, you have a review of, I think I'm seeing The Invitation this Friday, so a review of that will be up. And then Saturday, I assume I'll have a review of the new Prime Video film, which is also kind of releasing in theaters, not wide release, but the new Sylvester Stallone film, The Samaritan, is also coming out this Friday on Prime Video and in theaters. I'll have a review of that on Saturday. And then I'm going to probably try to see 3 Years of Longing next week. But don't, for sure, though, next Monday here on the channel, a new box office breakdown show.